Week 3 of Guild Boss 5. Welcome back to another Bit Legend video, fellas. So, it is week 3 of Guild Boss 5. We got players breaking the 20 million mark, so hopefully we'll be able to get up there. And there's a couple other things that I want to test. The one change about the Guild Boss right now is that the loot drop table, they took out all the set pieces, which is good. It's just mythics, and again, these mythic pieces are freaking amazing. They're really good. That's not the most exciting one, but they're really good. And I've talked about those. You can check out those pictures in the Discord and the Archives channel. But to keep this relatively long video somewhat short, we are going to pretty quick jump into it. I'm just kind of documenting everything. So the last handful of folks are going to finish. We've got like an hour and a half left. So last handful of folks are finishing their attacks, myself included, because I've been doing a bunch of ordeals and upgrading. And I'll show you exactly what I've been doing. So I got 15 on everything except for 2 pieces. I didn't do the helmet, and I didn't do the back piece because I'm going to replace these 2 slots with Raid 8 stuff. The only time that it's best to run Defender 5 piece is in Guild Boss 5. So since people are doing raids and there's other content, things like that, I'm going to get that 2-piece Raid 8. Even though the Raid 9 gear is out, I still want to stick with the 2-piece Raid 8, 3-piece Guild Boss set and Thunder Fury. But anywho, I am wearing the Little Angel pet. Right now, because a bunch of my team is wearing Chime, it's probably not the most important thing. But I still want to test it. I want to see how much this does. And that's pretty much it. Also, I do have Sanctification. So if I get healed, 15% of that goes to my team. And then I do have Emergency Shield, which I'm going to try to pop off 2 of these. I get, I think, 4 attacks each Guild Boss, 5 fight. So I should be able to pop out 2 of those. I think I'll do 0 SP, Emergency Shield, and then we'll see how we're doing from there. But I think that's what I can do. So that's me. We got a bunch of TS. If you didn't notice there, we went from 6.2K to 6.8 thousand. And I'll move my stats around a little bit in the future. So looking over here, Gibby, he is wearing the Hover Pet. If you get epic pets or devices, always look at them, always read them, and keep them if you're not sure, because this is meta. This is actually better than legendaries. So he's wearing that. He's able to switch. It's my fault because I'm attacking the boss at weird hours, but I've been pushing all day, so I think it'll be worth it. So I wasn't able to get Vashir and my other boys to switch from their Chime pet, which everybody is running for Raid 9 right now, to switch to DPS. So I will have a DPS loss. Also, you notice that all these guys have a significant amount of stamina. If you want to auto Raid 9, get 3 DPS that have 13,000 stamina, 1300 stamina, and then have a Chime pet on, tank in the front, tank in the back, which is different from manual. Manual is 2 tanks in the front. Now it's tank in the front, tank in the back, and you can do that. But anyways, I think 9's got the Raid 8 gun, and Not has the Raid 8 gun. So everybody's Chime except for Gibby. But we're going to jump in here anyways, and we'll be able to hit the 30% mark regardless, so that'll be okay. I do need to switch Notlock. That is a very important thing. His stamina is very low, so I'm going to put him in the middle right there, keep him safe. And there we go. Let's do it. I'm going to also try to remember to use Not as my, my healer, since his stats are lower. He got completely trolled on the... let's just do basic attack. He got super trolled on the Refine recently, and his stats are a little bit different, but we'll leave it at that. So I'm going to try to get to the battle pretty quick. Everything is basically the same. The difference is on the tank. I want to use Emergency Shield when I can, and the pets and whatnot. I am going to use the mount skills early off. You see the Chime doing heals there. Because if I go straight to the full launch, I overcap an SP. I have put a suggestion in for them to raise the SP cap to 5 pips, which is 50 total SP. Not for them to add any 5 or 50 SP skills, but I want them to increase the cap so that the player doesn't have to worry about overcapping SP. You can worry less about your rotation and just have fun clicking buttons and doing stuff. But right now, the way that things work out is you really have to worry about overcapping SP or you're losing a lot of damage. Speaking of SP and damage, my tank set, there you go. You saw that tiny little 3 SP that hit my first DPS player, so the second slot. He got a little SP. If that is changed, which it should be, if it is changed to 10 SP or possibly more first full launch, it'll be significant. If it's not changed, and I believe it will be changed, I just don't know when. But if it's not changed, then again, you're not going to want to run the Guild Boss 5-piece tank set. And 5-piece bonuses should be amazing. They shouldn't break the game, but they should be amazing so that people will run them, you know? So I've got confidence. It'll happen. It'll happen. And if you guys have good suggestions, put them in. Okay, so that is not lock. We're going to use his 3 SP skill, I think it was, and then another full launch over here. I'm loving the new red buttons. That was such a quick update for them. That half of that full launch got absorbed, which it definitely does. There's a lot of RNG in this battle. The boss can absorb a mount skill, and then the next full launch does nothing, or vice versa. It is what it is. Here we go, kaboom. Again, keep in mind, I got the chime pets, so if I had a bunch of hoverers in here, that would actually be a very significant DPS update or upgrade or whatever. But hey, as long as we hit the 30%, which I totally believe we're gonna do, we're good to go. I don't think we have enough muscle to kill it, but next week I guarantee that we will. I did pop the ordeals for everybody in the guild, so that's something to think about. And I think we'll see a lot of those upgrades. We'll feel those next week. There we go, Little Angel Pet's doing a little something there. I do think that for my Guild Boss 5 build on the tank, I will be able to get around 5,000 attack stat, which would be very difficult with the re-rolling and the RNG and all that, but hey, it is what it is. I'm going to be lazy. I'm not going to heal on not lock because we have 3 chimes, and I'm just going to wait. Plus, the boss does not have SP, therefore the boss cannot attack anyone other than the tank. The boss has to have full SP to attack anyone, and then with all these chimes, I guarantee one's going to proc and take care of everything. The boss has 2 SP. He's still not going to attack anybody. So we're popping off. I believe next week they're adding an enraged... Oh, no, that's the enraged timer right there. Right on the top of the screen. Amazing. Amazing. Right in front of my face. Feels good. So, like I said, I didn't use the healing skill because we have Chime. I could actually put on my Ricky pet, and I'll probably do that in maybe the next attack. I don't know. I still want to test the Little Angel, and I would only hit for like 5,000. So I'm really not missing out. If the boss hit me 10 times, that means I'm only missing out on 50,000 damage, so I'm really not going to sweat that. There we go. That was the attack furthest 2 skill that the boss does. If the boss kills anybody with that, here's the emergency shield. If the boss kills anyone with the attack furthest 2 skill, it'll cast the skill again, and if somebody dies again, it'll cast it again, and so on and so on. Pretty cool skill. Very similar to the artist ultimate ability, one of them at least. So pretty cool. Emergency shield, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I'm not feeling too bad about having that agility on my mount. Feels kind of good. One issue that we've been having tanking, a lot of our tanks have been talking about this, is if you if you dodge, reflect, or absorb an attack, your pet will not be able to proc. So if you're trying to maximize, for example, here I'm trying to maximize Little Angel, I'm not getting those Little Angel procs. If I'm doing other content, I'm trying to maximize the offensive Ricky pet, I'm not going to get those procs. So another build that you might see me swap to is I might take off my nasty necklace, which is damage reduction and absorb, and I might switch to the ragdoll, which is damage reduction and block. And if I get like a block mount or something, I think I'm like super close, I would be able to cap block and also have 70% damage mitigation. And that would reduce my absorb. I think I'd have like 10% dodge, absorb, reflect, which is okay. It's probably as low as I can get those things. And if I do get the 2-piece raid 8, I will have 125% hit point bonus, which is a lot, which would allow me to lower my stamina even more and get more attack stat, make that Ricky pet or the Little Angel even that much more juicy. Speaking of Little Angel, I healed for 1,500 there. Not the biggest thing in the world, but keep in mind it's healing and shielding even though you don't see the battle text for the heals. It's all happening. And then here again, so right around 1,300 with that. I feel like it's supposed to be doing more. When I was doing, I don't know, whatever. I'm actually not going to do the emergency shield. I think this is an attack 2 skill. Yeah, 2 random enemies. We'll just do the basic 0 SP attack and just see where it goes from there. I still have full shield, so why mess with it? This is going to be a lot cooler to look back if I end up needing to watch this video for some reason. Having the boss attacks there, the enrage timer, is actually really, really cool. And it'll help me be like, all right, look at round 10. The boss did this. That's pretty cool. And then you can see tons and tons of overhealing here that it's not necessary. So if I had offensive pets, damage would be even higher. And I think we're going to min-max next week. This week was a big push. I told everybody Sunday, hey, I'm popping guild ordeal tickets. If you have other stuff, you might as well pop that ARC we got in the mail full free and just go ham on pushing, and we'll all be pushing. And I think next week won't be a push week. It'll just be a chill week. And we can all just go and go ham on DPS. And then the other thing is we killed 5 waves of Guild Boss 1 through 4. Therefore, we don't need to wait anymore, because this past week, people waited very long because they want to make sure they're getting their upgrades and make sure that we had enough insurance to know that we're going to kill everything. Because if you attack the bosses too early in the week and you don't know you have enough DPS, you might be short. Now that we know we have enough DPS by far, we can just kill those guild bosses super fast, and I can just do all the loot auction, loot council stuff. Just knock it out. That was an attack that makes the furthest 4 on your team go to 1 hit point, and it doesn't touch the shields. It's one of the reasons why I like shielding here. Makes you a lot more comfortable, because if something weird happened, let's say your team is very slow and the boss attacks faster than your team. If he gets 2 attacks off or 3 attacks off super soon before you have time to recover, that's super scary. And the boss can start murking people. And as soon as one person dies, man, it's bad times. I'm going to use a mount skill. What's this 2-piece? Attack to your nearest enemy and heals it. So it's a leech skill, and that's like 200 and 300. And this, come on. And this is it's more. Let's do a mount skill. So boom. I still think that they should change the emergency shield from a 10 SP cost to a 0 SP cost. That way super slow tanks can get it off a lot faster. There's builds for speed tanks. NG has an amazing build for speed tanks, which might actually be better in this kind of content. If the speed tank NG is given a ton of SP, that's going to increase your damage. Survivability obviously isn't an issue. But my point is, there's definitely builds for speed tanking. NG's got it. Artists can do speed tanking. I say allow Kung Fu to be the slow tank if they want to do that. And making the emergency shield a 0 SP cost would mean that my first attack would be the emergency shield, not my second attack where we're already at like boss round 10 or something. I'll go check the video in the future and I'll see what boss round it took me to finally get my emergency shield off. But let's say you're a tank and you're doing PvP, or you're doing like expedition or raids or whatever it is. If you can't get the emergency shield off soon, you'll never get it off. So that's the other thing too. And it also makes it strong for it also makes emergency shield strong for hybrids or for DPS folks or support folks. And since the offensive ultimate abilities are so strong, I think it means that it is okay for emergency shield to be a little bit improved. And next time my tank gets an attack, which is possibly soon, I'll do another emergency shield, because now my shield's dropping off a little bit. So 2 emergency shields per battle feels really good. Feels really good. I would love to, there we go, emergency shield right there. I would love to have some sort of armory where I can switch the builds of my friends without bothering them, send a message at 4 a.m. or whatever it is and be like, hey, can you change your pet? I know you got Chime on because you're doing raids last night and you're probably still looping. But I need to attack guild boss, want to make a big number. But this is definitely good. I wonder if this might be enough damage to get the boss past 30%. I can show you guys whatever dropped. We do have one drop that's in the auction right now. I guess I could show you guys that. It's the Siren Helmet. And if I get the other drop in this one, then I will I'll go do that. Let me see if anybody's messaging me. I sent a bunch of messages out. 9 lives there. Smoke, did I give you? Okay. Let me see. If I can get 9 lives to swap his pet, I'll actually end the video on this fight. He might not be able to swap in time. He's a busy boy. He's been busy this week. That's why he's, I'm like, what happened? We're in range. That's what happened. All right, boys. That wraps this one up. Is there anything else I want to test? I don't really want to test Ricky here because it'll hit for 5,000 damage. I know how much my Ricky does. And the boss is going to hit me 10 times. That's 50,000 damage, which is really not a lot. I don't know if there's anything else I want to test. Maybe we'll just make this video shorter. I'll show you guys my damage. But other than that, there we go. Let's take a look here. So my tank actually did a little damage. Look at him. So if I put Ricky on, I'd probably do like 100 or 120,000 maybe. Gibby's up there doing big things. Not lock. 9 lives. I didn't use any healing. I'm just kind of looking at stuff. Good God, Vashir, man. What happened? Vashir and Gibby. That's just redonkulous damage. Oh, it's because Gibby and Vashir have the Slayer gun, and Notlock and 9 Lives have the Raid 8 gun. So if anybody out there wants to compare builds and stuff, yes, Gibby and Vash have higher total stats too, but that's probably one of the best comparisons you guys will get between the Slayer build and the Raid 8 build. If you are not running any Chime pets, though, you are going to want to have at least one Raid 8 gun in your team, so you have a heal, or if you have some freaky tank hybrid build that has a lot of speed and some sort of heal weapon, I think a tank could probably pull it off here too and get some healing out there. But look at that. So I'll show you the loot. And honestly, I'm trying to think before I wrap the video, am I going to test anything different in the next battles? Because I really don't think I am. Let's go and look at guild, and let's look at auction. Oh, hey, we hit 30%, like I told you. So there we go. This dropped at 60%. Remember, the drop pools are the same. You get 1 piece at 60, 1 piece at 30, 4 more pieces at 0, 6 pieces total. A lot of cold damage, man. A lot of cold damage. Where's Dino at? Cold damage there. 30% cold damage. That's a 3-piece set bonus, I think, or 2-piece set bonus. And then here, more cold damage. That's a lot of smite. Smite is really good for artists. That's all I'm saying. Beautiful, beautiful. I'd love to see these cosmetics, man. If you have that cosmetic, you're gonna look so fly. I almost think that if the guild drops something, then everybody in the guild should get the cosmetic. It's never gonna happen, but you know what? It's all good. Let me show you my damage. And I'm really racking my brain. I don't think we did 5% there. We did 5%. Six times 3, 18. So yeah, right? 6, 18 plus 1 because it's 0.3, so 19. If we did the exact same thing here, we would do 19.3, which is in line with what the boys did. I don't know if Gibby had, if their runs had more offensive pets, or if I was just getting blocked a bunch or whatnot. But all right, boys, that's the new update. We're gonna kill this thing next week, 100%. As always, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.